So good evening, everyone. From the Thayer Auditorium Gymnasium at Farmington High School, I'm Pete Barker along with Mo Snyder. And we're here for the Class M Boys preliminary round tournament game between the Farmington Tigers, 8 seeded at 13-5, and the Winnisquam Bears, 9 seeded at 12-6. And Mo, looks like it could be a good battle between the 8 and 9 teams.
Well, it's shaping up from pregame warm-ups and everything to look as though that Farmington speed is going to be up against some height on the Bears from Winnisquam. Farmington, seated one spot higher, obviously has a home court advantage. That comes into play along with their speed. Will have to conquer against the height advantage that Winnisquam seems to have.
Brad Boucher is going to be one of the guards, a senior for Winnisquam. And you're going to have Mike Boisvin, a sophomore guard, as we were not able to get the lineup beforehand. So Mahoney, Chris Mahoney is going to be the center. Chris Tibbetts will also be in there.
Macpherson is there.
Yeah, Macpherson is the other. I guess they'll all listed as guards, but he's probably going to be one of the forwards. But
Mahoney is one of the tall. Mahoney's the center.
Yeah. So the Tigers of Farmington, one thing Kevin Bickford, the first-year head coach, wants them to do is stop having these lapses that have cost them ball games against teams higher in the standings than they have. The Tigers are only 6-5 against teams that are in this tournament overall. Or overall record, I should say, against teams that are in this tournament, not counting teams above them, or that does include teams above them. So that's something they want to do. And one thing we should mention, Farmington making, it's a record, the 24th consecutive appearance in a tournament. That is an NHIA boys record, I believe. That's quite a thing. You think about that, over 2 decades.
Well, the coaching here has been pretty much way above average, and that helps out to keep the teams who might be an average team in the top 8 or the top 16, as they do pick the top 16 in Class M.
Well, they're doing that for everyone. Well, let's here pause for our national anthem. Anthem here at Farmington High School. And
well, Pete, did you notice on the national anthem that the high notes were perfectly met, just like when you usually sing it?
Oh my goodness!
You're right up there with those high notes, Pete. It's hard to believe, but at your advanced age, you can still hit those high notes. Just wanted everybody at home to know that. Now, tonight's referees, who have nothing to do with Pete Barker, by the way.
Thank heaven.
The referee is Tom Gilpatrick from Dover, and the umpire is Bob Benjamin from Rochester.
Two fine, outstanding officials.
Right. They do distinguish between referee and umpire in a basketball game. the referee is a man who tosses the ball and is a head referee, and the other man who is considered an umpire, which is hard to believe because the word is referee still, is like the second banana.
With the tap controlled by the Winnisquam Bears, there'll be a shot from the right side by Chris Tibbetts. Coming down quickly, Jayson Whitehouse off the rebound. That doesn't go, and Mahoney, Chris Mahoney.
Now Mahoney is very, very tall out there. He could be,
I think he's about 6'5".
he looks maybe about 6'5", 6'6". We don't have the exact measurements on him in the program or anything. Right now he's up in the high post.
But Mahoney right now certainly looks like he could do some damage. And he gets the rebound, particularly on the boards.
Well, nobody's around him. He got easy 2 rebounds already.
On the driving lane, a shot going up, that doesn't go. Trying to recover it on the baseline, and it's
going to be Winnisquam ball.
Winnisquam ball with first minute played in this game. The winner of this goes on to play probably #1 Interlakes, is playing the 16th seed, as 3 is put down by Matt Macpherson, a senior guard, number 13. Shot up there. That was a 3 attempt, wasn't it, by maybe?
Just inside.
Just inside, and he missed that.
Macpherson got the rebound and brought it all the way down.
Feet underneath, didn't go.
We got to push. Fouls against Winnisquam. It looks like it's going to be number 25. Boucher.
Yeah. This is the first home game, well, home playoff game for the Tigers in 3 years, as they were eliminated the last 2 years on the road. Here's DJ Woodman. The ball. And Ricker ties it at 3 apiece with a 3.
Well, DJ feeds him. Ricker just lines it up. Nobody's around him at all. He just, why not take it? Good shooter like that.
We had a heck of a game against Pelham. Swinging the ball around at the top of the key. Now there's some daylight. Shot off the glass by Chris Tibbetts. Now to Whitehouse. He'll put one up and in on the break.
Well, DJ Woodman got the rebound, brought the ball down 3/4 of the way, threw a cross-court pass over to Whitehouse, who put it in for the basket. Gives Farmington a 5-3 lead.
Swinging the ball around. Tibbetts, top of the key. He'll try for a 3. That's no good. Shots are off. Came back out. They'll have shot up by Mahoney. That's a back rim job. So they had, what do they have, 4 chances there?
At least 3.
Thing down low. Whitehouse spins up. No. Ricker try to keep it alive, and it goes out of play. Out of bounds. It will be Farmington basketball.
Now, some of the players on the court for Winnisquam didn't really care for that call. A couple guys crashed to the floor, but the ball remains in Farmington's possession.
Head coach for the Winnisquam Bears is Jim Blair. Because this team, school as Tilton Northfield, I believe, has a shot up, doesn't go. Ciro's blocked as he got his own rebound. Ball batted around.
That block was by Mahoney.
Whitehouse now for 3. That shot. Mahoney picked that off, and
Whitehouse picks up a foul.
Yeah, Whitehouse picks up a foul as he fouled number 24, Mike Boisvin. I'm going to say they were called Tilton Northfield, and of course, Winnisquam High School was rebuilt there, right there where the old one was, in Tilton. And they did win a Class-M title. Shot up, doesn't go, and it's
taken down by Ricker.
Yep. I'm not quite sure what the year was, but I would say 1969, but somewhere in that area. The only one they had won. Shot up, didn't go. Oh, they'll put one up. That goes around the rim. Woodman, the rebound. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
a lot of shots just going down.
The height factor is definitely on the side of Winnisquam. However, Farmington's been getting position in there and going right up and get the ball.
Yeah, now that shot is good
by Macpherson.
Macpherson making it 5-5. 4:03 to go here in the first quarter. Now, we have foul called. They're going to call it on Whitehouse.
Foul's on number 3. Yes, that's his second.
That's his second with 3:55.
Already to check in the game, a couple players for Farmington. Whitehouse comes out along with Searoyce. 14 is in, and that's Funk. Donnie Funk is in the game.
Okay, Funk's in the ball game. Is he the only one?
No, they brought in number 21.
Jeremy Alfrey.
Yes.
So Whitehouse with 3:55 in the left in the first quarter picks up his second foul. Mahoney for 2 on the rebound, making it 7-5.
Well, they had an entry pass to Mahoney, who was tall enough to just jump over everybody and get the ball. And then he just put it back up easily. Another block by Mahoney.
Well, he's altering those shots down low.
Yes, he is.
Definitely. You have somebody like that shut up and doesn't go.
I think the answer for Farmington
is outside.
Is on the bench right now.
Might be. Nice pass.
From maybe into Alfrey.
Yeah, maybe to Alfrey, making it 7-7 with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They tried to get a cutter, and Mahoney overthrew the man.
I've noticed a couple times when Farmington has put a man on Mahoney for boxing out purposes, he isn't near the boards. But if nobody's near him, he's going to get everything.
Shot up, no.
There was no match that time. He just went, without even touching Woodman, he just was over Woodman's head and got the ball.
Right corner. That shot won't go. Fairly open shot by Chris Tibbetts.
DJ Woodman end to end. Just missed the layup.
Definitely end to end, full court layup. Now a steal there by Danny Ricker. Now, blocked by Mahoney again. Mahoney,
the ball
they're not going to be able to go right straight up, and if Mahoney's on them. 3 for Woodman.
DJ Woodman.
A banker.
Yes, he doesn't have to call the bank. He doesn't have to call it, and you know that, Pete.
I know it.
When you make it, you always call it. You've never made an easy basket in your life, have you?
No.
Travel.
Tougher to remember that now as time goes on. The foul. Okay, the travel, so no foul.
Yeah. Woodman comes. Whitehouse comes back in for Farmington, along with number 10. 10 is Rollins, Chad Rollins.
Working it over Whitehouse. Puts it up, it doesn't go. Rebound and stuffed out. Didn't Macpherson do the stuffing?
I believe Macpherson did. Macpherson.
He comes right back down. Travel on Macpherson.
Macpherson and Mahoney, the 2 tallest players out there for Winnisquam, sandwiched Alfrey in there, and both of them had a chance to block the ball, and it was Macpherson.
Down low. Turns around, gets it stuffed again. Alfrey, you're not going to get it over him.
Partially blocked. Oh, backcourt. Oh, he missed that.
Shot going up, no.
Farmington bench is looking for a offensive foul in there, and there was no call. Whether it was a foul or not, I didn't see it. But it was a big collision right inside the paint.
10-7 still the score. The Farmington up by 3. Whitehouse looking to do something. He's going to go through, go up and over. He got the ball up over Mahoney.
Looks like a foul on Rollins.
Yeah.
And because of Mahoney being in there, Whitehouse got to the inside, and he had to alter his shot. He couldn't go up the normal way he usually does. He had to twist at the last minute, and he didn't have a good touch around the rim. The foul was on Chad Rollins, his first.
You can see Mahoney obviously can be a person that can make a difference in a game.
They're fronting and backing him right now. They're double teaming him when the ball was to his side.
15 seconds left, and the ball was bobbled there by Sean Andrews, and he lost it.
10 seconds.
Tigers up 10-7 with 5 seconds now left. Coming right down. They want the shot. Woodman will put it up. No, as it goes air ball and out of play. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. This Class M tournament preliminary round game here at Farmington High School. Farmington 10, Winnisquam 7. Back with more after this. And,
second quarter will be started by Farmington inbounding in half court. After the first quarter, Jayson Whitehouse has 2 personal fouls for Farmington, and there's only 1 foul called against Winnisquam.
We have Tim Kremen, who did the first quarter, on the camera. Now, your man Rich Gould has come in, Mo.
You're right, and we are talking old. He was born last century.
I think that makes 4 of us that are sitting up here.
Oh, not me.
Shot up Whitehouse for 3.
3-pointer.
That was rather deep. 13-7. The Whitehouse got 2 quick fouls, sat out some time, and then Kate did not sit out the rest of that quarter. There was
sit out for about, I believe, about 3 minutes.
Is that how long? Well, there was 3:55 left in the quarter when he got the foul, so I don't know. Maybe that was close to it. Seemed like you sat out more like 2 minutes, but anyway. Woodman coming down. And
foul was on Tibbet.
Yeah. Not sure of the strength of these teams' schedules. We know Farmington, of course, has played some very tough competition.
Woodman's going to go to the foul line for 2 shots. DJ has 3 points.
Shot falls off. Coming into the game now for
Boucher.
Winnisquam, Boucher, and Chuck Sullivan return.
Sullivan, number 23, yes.
And the shot is good, making it 14-7. Winnisquam moving the ball around against that Farmington defense.
Which is a 2-3.
Is that what it is? Yeah, certainly looks like it. Well, they're trying to keep the ball out of the middle, aren't they? And the shot, that sometimes breaks it open.
Matt
Macpherson, that's his second 3, isn't it?
He has 8 points out of the team's 10.
2 from behind the arc is Whitehouse, creating as he does in it. Oh, that was it. Rollins with the rebound. Rollins goes back out and gets stuffed by Macpherson. That must be about the up, and he's got a foul in this time.
Yeah.
Oh, he swung his elbow. Nobody saw that one.
Foul was on number 42. Mahoney.
Yeah, he swung his elbow with anger. Did Mr. Mahoney.
Well, he's complaining to the...
Complaining to Bob Benjamin.
Right.
Bob's not going to hear it, though.
He's not the ref that made the call.
No, he isn't.
Alfred's at the foul line to shoot 2.
I think we certainly don't have a counter block shot, so I would say 5 is a good number for Mahoney right now.
Farmington brings in 3 players at the same time. Maybe's in, Rick is in, and Soroyce is in.
They just can't match that height to Mahoney.
No, but you know...
with the quickness, I think they can. Go ahead.
Alfred makes 1 out of 2. It seems like Mahoney can be bothered a little with a little pressure. Defensively.
Now, let's see. We've got Chuck Sullivan, 23, had the ball. Now back over to the right side. Farmington looks like they're doing a good job extending the defense a little bit. They're not packing it in. There again. That's how you break a zone. Macpherson with another 3, making it 15-13.
11 points out of the 13 for Macpherson.
Well, he's keeping him in the game because nobody else has hit anything. Whitehouse drives. See, the trouble is, you wind up right, Mo, you're going to say, you take a shot like that when you normally wouldn't go up like that, right?
No, right at the last minute, he had to alter his shot again because he's right in the face of Mahoney.
Yeah.
Well, we have a double foul. We have a double foul.
What do we have?
I believe we have a double foul.
Let's see. Patrick's calling a foul. Yeah, I believe you're right.
25 on... the foul's on Alfred for Farmington and on Boucher for Winnisquam. double foul. They went to the alternate possession arrow, so it remains Winnisquam's ball. No foul shots being taken. Both players were pushing and shoving each other.
That's a deep three. That's a little bit shot by Sullivan. 5:17 left here in the first half. 15-13 Farmington. Connor to Ricka. Mahoney came out of him, so he had to get rid of it. Now over to Whitehouse. Good. That's maybe the way to break that.
Well, that was a cross-court pass on the baseline from Ricka all the way across court to Whitehouse for three.
Sullivan, air ball.
That's his second long air ball.
That's right. Well,
DJ Woodman's coming back in for Farmington.
And now, if that had been in some other building, like in college, you would have heard air ball really loud. You know what I thought? I thought he was a little bit too deep on him. But now it comes the pass in the lane. Mahoney, persistence. He does get slapped away. Maybe they just need to attack Mahoney a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Click it right to him.
Well, the full court pressure of a 2-2-1 by Winnisquam, it started to hurt Farmington a little.
Ciros blocked that shot. Now the shot going up, and there was a foul there somewhere.
On Josh Maybe, number 23. That's the team's fifth. Maybe's first.
4:26 remaining in the first half. Farmington up 18-13. As another sub coming in. Back in the ball game is Sean Andrews coming in for Boucher. Shot, and that was a foul there. They're going to call Whitehouse for the third. Well, you know,
that's his third.
You're going to be on the back like that. Wow.
Well, did you see the setup? First of all, they had they put their big man, Mahoney, right on the box and put two other men right in front of him to, like, box all defenders out, tossed it into him. Whitehouse was behind him, jumped up and tried to block the ball. He did get all ball, but I believe that he got called for having his hand and against the back of the Mahoney.
So he's going out with his third foul.
He's going to have to sit for a while now with three.
With 4:24 remaining in the first half. The Tigers are up by 5 as Mahoney misses 2 and Ricka rebounds. I think you'll see him sitting a majority of the rest of the half out, as long as the Tigers can maintain the lead.
So it takes Woodman and Ricka to start picking it up a little.
Ciros kicks it back out. There's going to be a shot up by Maybe, no good. And they're going to call a travel.
The travel call was the right call.
Yeah.
Even though the Farmington man was going after the ball, the Winnisquam man had the ball and came down and fell on the floor.
Yeah.
That is the right call.
Well, it is.
Rollins with the ball.
Yeah. Moving it around. Woodman will have 3. No. They had a good look there. Here we come now with Macpherson. Left corner jumper, rims it. Doesn't go. He's going to put it back up. Number 22, that's Andrews, and he got fouled.
I believe the foul's going to go against Rollins.
Yeah.
No, it's against number 20, that's Royce. That's his first.
Shot, no good. So, foul line, that's 3 consecutive misses from the charity stripe by the Winnisquam Bears. That's hurting them, isn't it, Mo? Hello, at 4.
They're 0 for 4.
They're 0 for 4 in the game, and they're trailing at 18-13.
Farmington is 2 for 4.
Nice pass underneath. Going to try to go up. He gets stuffed.
He got. Go ahead.
That was all Maybe getting stuffed outside Ciros.
Mahoney stuffed him, and he didn't even leave the ground. He just raised his hand. He was flat-footed. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
He didn't jump to block that.
Underneath, Mahoney wasn't over there, and Ciros got the bucket. Mahoney was not over there. That was the defender was Boisvin. They got it to the other side. That was key. Mahoney couldn't get over to help Mo.
Foul was on number 24.
Yeah.
That's his first.
I'd say Mahoney, we may be off. He's got to be 6'6" easily.
Well, Mahoney came way across for the to check out on Rollins, and a nice pass went right across for a basket by John Royce. Royce will now go to the foul line to try to make a three-pointer out of it. Three-point attempt.
Well, they did a good job there with 3:17 remaining here in the first half, and Farmington up 20-13. We're looking at, because the foul problem by Whitehouse could mean something later on, but he usually does a good job of right, of keeping himself out of trouble. I would say he's probably not going to come in the rest of this half unless absolutely needed, which would probably be the wisest idea, right? .3:17 to go as time back in on the floor. This will complete the three-point play, making it 21-13, and giving the Tigers a 8-point edge right now. On the whole, not very good shooting, except for that gentleman right there. They're going to call a player control foul.
Right, against Macpherson.
Now, basically, that was called what? Because he went up in the air?
From where our advantage is, the defender for Farmington jumped straight up in the air, and Macpherson made the initial contact. He drove into the guy.
But he got in the air, though, right? So,
right, but the Farmington man has the right to go straight up.
Okay.
That's going to be Farmington's ball. Farmington defender
right, but that is
straight up, which is legal.
Right.
And the Winnisquam player, Macpherson, created the contact by leaning in. And so the foul was an offensive foul.
Yeah, but could that also be a foul that was a non-call?
No, you got to call it.
Well, why do you have to call it if it doesn't impede the play?
Oh, it does.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, whether it impedes the play. It impedes his play, you know. See, if it doesn't have any effect on the play, you don't need to call it. Like a play like that now has an effect on a play.
All right,
that's how I would interpret it, but I'm just saying I see your point of, I have very big questions about a player control foul a lot of times, unless a player puts his arm out and just barrels in. That's the questions I have.
Fouls on number...
I don't know what's the question we're getting from the bench over there.
They're mad because there was so much action on the floor, and they thought one of the guys traveled.
Yeah.
Because one of their guys was called earlier for being on the floor and called a travel. So now maybe he's at the line for 1-1.
Well, that's something you can explain. If a player goes in the air and gets the ball and falls on the floor, whether accidentally, just by himself with no help from anybody else, that's a travel. If he goes up and gets a rebound and then falls to the floor...
That's not a travel.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not travel.
It isn't a travel. If he goes up and gets a rebound and falls to the floor, that's an automatic travel.
It isn't a travel because you never established being on the floor if you're in the air.
No, I've seen it. All right. Well, that's not my interpretation of it. We'll have to get an interpretation. So then when is it a travel? And with the ball falling to the floor like that guy did. Right? So what is the interpretation, Mo, on that? Not on the rebound?
If you have the ball...
You have the ball.
And you fall to the floor...
No, how do you get the ball? Not on a rebound?
In order to have the ball, you have to have the ball, and you have
Okay, he has the ball right now. If he falls to the floor, he's a travel, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, but if he gets a rebound and falls to the floor, it's not a travel.
No, he can pass it.
What happens if he doesn't pass it, though?
If he rolls around, it's a travel.
Oh, okay. Drives, lays it in.
John Sirois.
Sirois. I don't know how they got through there. Mahoney was there, but it didn't matter.
Well, that's because he used the basket to help himself. He went up and under.
So they're finding some ways now to get around Mahoney. Mahoney really hasn't been an offensive force.
No,
the defensive force.
Yes.
Nothing on the defensive side.
Farmington with the biggest lead of the game, 8 points. For the Farmington coach's side, it's good because they got their #1 player sitting on the bench with 3 fouls.
Right, keep him there until the start of the travel call, start of the third quarter. What I was going to say was it's 23-15, but Matt Macpherson has 11 of those points, right?
Right.
So basically nobody else has done anything scoring-wise except, one other player or 2 other players? They got a basket apiece?
Yeah, 30-second timeout call by Farmington.
Yeah, Mahoney has a basket.
Right, and Boivers.
Who?
Boivins.
Boisvin?
Yep.
Boisvin? Okay.
He has a basket.
Okay, so basically other than that, nobody shot well except Mahoney. And so Farmington up 23-15, not saying they've shot that well.
Well, the story about their big man, Winnisquam's big man, Mahoney, he's got the presence of having size and everything. He's blocking a ton of shots. He even made a block, didn't even jump, just put his hand up and blocked the shot. but I don't see him being all-around player. I don't see any offense out of him. Defensively, hey, he's got the size, he can stop. But offensive, he just had to travel in the paint down there. I don't think he's fully ready for being an offensive big man.
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's a young player, too. As we did not, unfortunately, get he was, but in any event, he certainly looks like a player that can make a difference.
I wonder if Farmington's going to try to slow it down for the half.
Yeah, the 8-point lead.
And take, you know, the more time they can eat off the clock, the more time they can protect Whitehouse on the bench.
Well, you only got 40 seconds left in the half, so they're not going to take anything unless they get some kind of a backdoor cut or something, and then, well, doesn't look like they're going to get that right now. They're basically trying to play keep away and run out this half and take the last shot, and they almost triple teamed him that time. So there's 15 seconds left.
The coaching staff of Winnisquam's all over referee Bob Benjamin, but as a good ref, he's just ignoring it.
Now, well, what were they about him for? They thought there was a foul?
No,
ball slapped, ball shot up and good. I don't believe the ball was slapped, and Alfrey picked it up and just sort of hooked it up.
They wanted a 5-second call. The coach is coming out and pointing to the floor where he wanted a 5-second call.
Wow. What did you think?
It isn't a 5-second call because it looked like about 4 seconds on one guy and he gave it to the other guy.
Yeah.
You know, if one guy has it and doesn't move it for 5 seconds, the referee calls 5-second violation.
They evidently thought he had gone to that point, but...
well, it did go in the hands of a different player on the same team.
Yeah.
So the 5 seconds starts all over again.
That's right, it does. So evidently...
Unfortunately, referee Bob Benjamin was right in front of the bench for Winnisquam, and they're yelling and screaming. You know, they're not looking for any kind of a call. They just thought they had a call coming, and he missed it.
Well, in the event, what happened, that ball was slapped loose, and Alfrey put it in, so at the buzzer, it was 25-15 Farmington at halftime over Winnisquam, and we'll be back with more after this. Back here at the Thayer Auditorium Gymnasium, I'm Pete Barker along with Mo Snyder, Tim Kremen, and Rich Gould. And it's 25-15, the Farmington Tigers leading the Winnisquam Bears in the Class M tournament preliminary round boys basketball game. It's Farmington led 10-7, 25-15 as we start the second half. Jayson Whitehouse, who sat out the last, as the bucket is good by...
Basket was by Matt Macpherson.
Matt Macpherson, the only player that's really done any scoring, so to speak. Whitehouse, it's to talk about willing it to roll. Came right back to make it 27-17. I was going to say, Whitehouse sat out the last about 4 minutes of the first half after incurring his third foul, and Tigers didn't miss a beat.
The Tigers actually increased their lead.
No. Pearson, Mahoney stopped. But guess what? Persistence. Who got that? Maybe?
Maybe. That's the first hoop of the game.
29-17. Looks like maybe they've tried to solve Mahoney a little bit. You're right about Mahoney offensively. He has not been an offensive force.
Mahoney blocked that shot down there, the first one against Farmington, without jumping again, just flat-footed.
Oh, my goodness.
Well,
I just saw Mr. Mahoney just sort of trying to...
that's been going on the whole game.
Yeah, and nobody's...
Ricker with a block.
Yeah.
We got a push against Farmington.
I think Mahoney will get caught doing that sooner or later. Or he should, shouldn't he?
Foul was on John Therois.
Yeah. Ciros, I believe. Ciros. Yeah. This comes in. Ricker picks it off. I think it was intended for Boisvin, but he couldn't get there for it. 29-17, a 12-point lead by the Tigers of Farmington. Whitehouse has some open space. Doesn't go. Rebound. Maybe. Yes. He's fouled. And they've got to get it on Mahoney.
Mahoney with the foul. That's Mahoney's second.
No, Mahoney is nearly every shot Farmington's taken, Mahoney has been there, hasn't he?
It seems like, it isn't that they're trying to go to the opposite side of him, but he's in there.
The shot up doesn't go by maybe. Maybe we'll go back up again. No. Mahoney, they're going to call a held ball.
It's going to be Farmington's ball.
Yeah.
Substitution coming in for Winnisquam, Ricky Jennis, number 12. I believe it's his first time in the game.
Whitehouse, he'll put up 3. No. Rebound by Sarah. Whitehouse will drive baseline, dribbling off the glass. The dribble drive.
And just over the hand of Mahoney.
Yeah, 33-17. Farmington up by 16 points. And
30-second timeout called by Winnisquam.
Winnisquam wants a timeout. Now he's complaining.
Well, actually,
Jim Blair.
Winnisquam wants more than a timeout.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny here, but
no,
he wants more than a timeout. He wants the ref to know that he's mad, call it his way or call it differently. Or the coach is a little frustrated with the way the game is being called. Now, is that something new? Of course not. Do I think that Winnisquam's unfairly being penalized during this game? Of course not. Referees are doing as best they can out there, and I haven't seen anything that's clearing that would favor Farmington over Winnisquam by officiating.
Well, Mahoney pushed off. They didn't call it him, but he's upset at every Farmington push off. But there's Mahoney.
That's the first time that Mahoney has made an inside entry pass basket. The last one was the first one that he made was early in the game on a rebound. Put back.
Whitehouse loses the ball. Who gets it back and scores?
It's a two-pointer.
Yeah. 35-19. There's been only 6 points. Now there's Mahoney, and that time you're going to have to call. Whoa.
They're calling it offensive.
Oh, my word. Well, no, Jim Blair didn't seem to be upset about that, did he? No.
That would be his third.
Yeah.
Mahoney has 3. He's staying in the game.
In a way, can we be honest? Wasn't there a little bit of luck for Farmington on that call?
Well, call it luck, call what you want, but he got the ball and he was falling over the shorter player behind him.
Who was draped over him.
Right.
Shot off the glass by... No, I'm just trying to be fair on this thing. I think that was a call that Farmington certainly, was very beneficial to them.
Well,
37-19 the score.
Winnisquam needs someone to step up and be a little offensive threat here.
But the Tigers, basically what the Tigers have done is have displayed offensive, well, let me take a look at you and tell me we got 2 there by Ricky Jennis.
Yes.
The Tigers, I would say, offensively have displayed balance tonight. If you take a look at them, and 13 of the points from Winnisquam or by Winnisquam are from one player, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
There's a difference there.
Macpherson has 13. Macpherson just made that nice block against Rollins to save 2 points for his team.
I think Farmington is also a more experienced team, you can tell certain things. Even though there's one game difference in their total, Winnisquam was 12-6. Farmington has also done a good job keeping the ball alive on the offensive boards, right?
Right, even with the presence of Mahoney in there.
Now we're going up, the shot's blocked. Well, but even in the blocked shot, they've retained possession of the ball.
And that's good fortune.
Yes, it is. Going inside, that time they get the bucket to go by Alfrey. Where was Mahoney being picked off?
He was behind him, and he just didn't get a chance to block that shot.
No.
Alfrey made a nice move.
Off-balance shot. Now the rebound up and good by Boisvin. Off-balance shot was taken initially by Macpherson. It was 39-23 Farmington, 3:35 to go third quarter. Tigers have led it after every stop, 10-7 and then 25-15 at halftime. Pass out, left wing, shot, no. Mahoney with a rebound.
Farmington's back, got 4 guys back on that fast break.
Pearson trying to drain the 3, doesn't do a good position by Whitehouse.
Whitehouse boxed out. He boxed out perfectly.
Gets it to Rollins. He'll pull up. Gets it to Woodman. Gets it over to Whitehouse. Oh, that's too strong.
Dan Rickers coming in for Farmington. He's taken out DJ Woodman. Farmington with 16-point lead.
If they have, there's going to be a foul.
Right, 2 shots coming up, and we have a foul on. Looks like Ricker. That's his first personal foul.
We're talking about Macpherson being the leading scorer. He is a senior.
He's got 14 points now. 14 out of the team's 24.
Overall rebounding, I think Farmington also has an edge, despite Mahoney out there, Mo. All slapped away. Oh.
The pressure by Winnisquam was pretty decent that time. They almost got the turnover.
Nice passing as the Tigers moving it around, missing the left baseline shot. There'll be a foul
on Alfrey, number 21. That's his second, team third.
Farmington bidding to make their first trip to Plymouth State University in 3 years. So the win, they would face the #1 team, or whoever would win that preliminary round game between the #1 and 16 team. I would certainly think it would be the #1 team, but stranger things have happened. Inner Lakes, the #1 team and defending champions, are favored in this tournament.
Woodman comes into the game to replace Donnie Funk, number 14. The setup, the defensive pressure here, a 2-2-1, full court zone pressure.
39-24 for Farmington as Whitehouse finds the opening, and that was blocked that time by Mahoney.
Blocked by,
was it Mahoney?
No, Tibbetts.
No, Tibbetts blocked that.
Yeah.
And coming down, they'll call a foul on Alfrey.
Right, it's an unintentional foul there, but it's still, he pushed them. They just ran to the same spot at the same time with Alfrey knocking him out of rhythm of dribbling the ball. Alfrey now has 3 personal fouls, and he's going to come out of the game.
2 minutes even left here in the third quarter. Tigers, that zone making things difficult.
Ball was stolen by Jayson Whitehouse.
Yep.
Now he's facing that 2-2-1 pressure. He's looking for someone on the side.
He got Woodman. Now they'll go skip the pass over to Ricker. He'll put up 3. It doesn't go, rolled off. But right there again, Siros has done a whale of a job in the offensive glass.
He has.
Keeping the ball alive now. Oh, from the left corner. 42-24, Whitehouse for 3.
Whitehouse has 9 points in the third quarter.
Shot up doesn't go. Rebound, Siros.
He's got a total of 17 for the game. He's hit 3 threes.
He's got 17, but there are other people that have contributed, right?
Right. Jeremy Alfrey has 9.
That's Macpherson. That's
Macpherson
16.
Macpherson has a total of 16.
42-26.
Backcourt violation.
But the balance, like you said, Whitehouse has 17, Alfrey has 9. There's a few other people in there, right? Mo was scoring for Farmington, yeah.
Josh Maybe has 4. DJ Woodman has 4. Ricker has 3, and John Siros.
Siros. I know, I was told that's how it was pronounced.
It's got 5.
Well, that's balance, right? A lot of balance right there.
Right.
Don't depend on one man. I mean, Whitehouse is 17, but you've got 6, 7 others who have scored. Skip pass over to Macpherson. Trying to get it down on the baseline to Boucher. Brad Boucher, and was knocked out of bounds by the Tigers. 26.2 seconds left here in the third quarter, and Farmington up by 42-26, 16 points. turnover there.
Well, they would try to get an entry pass into the big guy, Mahoney.
No, the ball was slapped away. Whitehouse did recover it, though. He's going to put one up and in. He almost knew he would.
Well, him sitting on the bench in foul trouble, Farmington just increased their lead. Now with him in there, they're increasing it even more.
Yeah.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, that is.
The score after 3 quarters, Farmington 44, Winnisquam Bears 26.
Back here at the Thayer Auditorium Gymnasium at Farmington High School, I'm Pete Barker along with Mo Snyder and Tim Kremen and Rich Gould. Tim did the third quarter camera work, and Rich will do the fourth, right, Mo?
That's right.
And Macpherson for 3. That's his fourth 3 of the night.
That's right.
He has, what, 19 points? Winnisquam has 29, but Farmington Tigers 44. Ball came over to Ciro. Now Whitehouse will put up 3. That rims the hoop now.
McPherson with the rebound.
I think you would have to say if Ciros is not the leading rebounder tonight for Farmington, I would be surprised.
Well, Winnisquam has taken out their big man.
Yeah.
Mahoney is not in there.
Now he's Mahoney. You know, Mahoney early on got some rebounds, and he wasn't really an effective rebounder, was he, for a part of the game? He was an effective shot blocker.
Right.
But he really wasn't that much of a rebounder.
No, he seemed to be in position for block shots, and they got a couple entry passes into him offensively. He's only got 4 points in the game. 0 for 2 from the foul line.
I think once Farmington found they could control things and use their speed. And Whitehouse to Woodman for 2, 45-29. 46-29, rather.
Whitehouse went up as to make a layup. Everybody went with him, and he just dished it off on the side to Woodman. McPherson's having himself a game offensively.
Yeah, 46-31, the Tigers. And they're going to call a foul
on McPherson.
Yeah, on McPherson.
That's the second, team third.
Boy, Jim Blair really upset. He got in back. He got in back of the bench over there on the far side.
Well, that's, you know, this isn't the first time this game he's been upset with the officiating, whether it's to his favor or just a good called game.
Yeah, and the basket is good on the trip.
Whitehouse with a half-court bounce pass to DJ Woodman for a basket.
48-31. Ball slapped around, and now we'll have a
fouls on Boucher.
Yep.
Number 25 for Winnisquam. Farmington will get the ball with a 17-point lead with 6:45 left in the game.
Yep.
First round of the tournament.
Mike Boisvin checking back in for Winnisquam. Going out Boucher. Well, here comes Whitehouse. And over to Woodman, up and in. He got fouled. They got him down the right side. What a pass down, and that's what Jayson Whitehouse can do.
Yeah. That's Jason's third assist in a row. Timeout called by Winnisquam, a full timeout. DJ has 6 points this quarter, all given to him by Whitehouse.
That's right. And 6:40 to play. Farmington out ahead a comfortable 19 points right now at 50-31. Certainly, Kevin Bickford, the first-year head coach of the Tigers, would like his club to stay where they are because they've had problems at times in spurts and retaining leads. But compared to the last game where they were in that dogfight with Pelham, they're certainly up by 19 and have everything going for them and playing with a lot of confidence right now. I think if you were a Winnisquam thing, you'd be worried. Basically, what you've got to do is get away from the fact that officiating, if you looked at the balanced scoring, you'd see McPherson with how many? 21?
McPherson, yes.
And you'd see your team with 31. That's quite a story right there. You haven't had anybody to help him.
We got 2 guys with 4 and 1 guy with 2. And that's about it.
So I think that's the real story of this game, is not being able to get offensive balance for them. The Tigers have gotten that and good defense.
Winnisquam definitely has a go-to guy, but when they go to him, everybody else isn't available at any other time.
So Woodman completes the 3-point play and gives Farmington a 51-31 lead. 20 points, that's Is that the biggest of the night? I
Oh, yes.
believe.
Oh,
It's
yes.
the biggest of the night.
Yep.
They finally got it. With 6:36 remaining in this one. So the Tigers have established control. Things like that. I think Farmington's quickness on defense too, right? Once they
Well, that was what I told you at the start of the ball game. The quickness of Farmington will have to play against the height of Winnisquam, and it certainly has.
I think that took over now. And when John Ciro started controlling some boards, right, offensively and keeping the ball alive, that gave Farmington a spark too.
Farmington's looking low to the box, trying to get someone isolated down there.
The cutting Woodman from Rollins, and he got fouled
by Macpherson, and that's his fourth.
That's all they'll do now is just, they can run an offense, run a cutter, through ball, and take their time. They've got it all in their hands right now, have the Tigers.
Woodman's going to shoot 2. Woodman has all the points this quarter for Farmington, all 7. No one else has scored.
The shot is good.
That's Woodman's 8th point of the quarter and 12th of the game.
There's a long ball by Macpherson.
Macpherson is the main man over there.
Yep, 5 threes on the night.
5 threes.
And now he has what, 24 points?
24 points, and he's still got 5 minutes to go, but he's got 4 fouls now.
Yeah. Whitehouse getting it down low to Rollins. They're going to try to run a play. Have to kick it back out to Woodman. Coming to Ricker, coming in from the left wing, and he puts it in.
It's looking pretty easy right now for Farmington, but that's only because they've had so much. They got Winnisquam thinking all kinds of outside shots. Now they're cutting to the hoop all the time.
Yep. Going inside, getting the easy bucket, or the easier bucket. Shot up. That's good by Boisvin.
Right, that's his 6th point of the game.
54-36 for the Tigers. With 5:08 to play in this one.
Winnisquam has gone to a man-to-man full court.
Well, they needed to do something, and Whitehouse will not hit that one. It was out of play or out of bounds off of the Winnisquam crowd. Whitehouse will inbound. Coming in to maybe Woodman. You can hear from the other side, head coach Kevin Bickford of the Tigers say, keep the ball moving.
Yes, he's looking for screens.
Yep.
He said, nice screens out there, guys.
Well, that's what you want, a nice screen so you can cut through or get to the ball, and, well...
Farmington's going to take a full timeout.
That time, Kevin Bickford didn't like how they ran that play. Well, he didn't like, you know... But actually, though, I think they had the right idea, Bo, is that screens, running a cut, doing what you can on there, and as you say, they really got this game in the palm of their hands right now with 4:40 to play.
Well, with the big lead that they have, 18 points, I believe he's trying to slow it down, make sure that they score every time they're down. There's no sense in rushing and no sense in running the score up. You want to eat the clock and get a basket and match basket for basket the rest of the way is all right. You know, 18-point lead, you're not going to lose that.
No, not if you play the game correctly.
But if you play it with a carelessness and turnovers and everything, and you don't even try to set up a play, you know, a couple 3-pointers, and all of a sudden you're looking at a closer ball game. Winnisquam, you never know if they can get back in. They're faced right now. Winnisquam's #1 player, Macpherson, has 4 fouls. Chris Mahoney, their big tall center, who has 4 points only, but he has about 8 or 9 blocks, has 3 for personal fouls. Boucher for Winnisquam has 3 also. Jayson Whitehouse and Jeremy Alfrey each have 3 fouls for Farmington.
Macpherson. Whoa. I don't know if it's a career night or not, but we know he's got, what, 27?
He's in there, yes.
Yeah, we don't
He's got
know that.
6 threes.
6 threes. That's the only thing, really, that's kept Winnisquam alive in this
3
one.
right here in this quarter.
Yeah, so he's got 27 points, 54-39 Farmington. But the balance, blocked shot by Mahoney on Ricker. They'll get it back. Whitehouse will fake. Whitehouse getting Mahoney up in the air and going over him for 2. 56-39.
He turned down the 3 to get Whitehouse did get a little bit closer. Then he got a little bit closer, had a head fake, and made it.
Shot up, Macpherson doesn't go there, gets his own rebound. And the ball got away from him, I guess. Or slapped away, maybe.
I think he lost a handle on it because there was no defender knocking it out of his hand.
Whitehouse He'll drive. Actually wanted to get the ball inside. The ball was deflected away with 3:38 to play. Farmington in command, 55-39.
Right, that was a no-look pass by Whitehouse. There was a man open, but a defender got his hand in just at the last minute and knocked it away.
Rollins in the paint.
So you know they're not looking to shoot. They're looking to just make
right now.
They probably got orders to make a layup or nothing.
Yeah. Now, coming in maybe, and he got fouled by Mahoney.
Mahoney.
No, that's what they were looking for, a cut to the bucket, and that was on the left baseline.
Josh Maybe will be at the line. He's got 4 points. He's 0 for 2 from the foul line so far.
Maybe shot is good. 57-39 is Tigers.
18 points.
Yeah, in front by 18. Shot is off. Rebound there by Mahoney, who's come down to 3:16 left in this one. Shot going up, doesn't go. Left side came to Boisvin, and he was able to put it in.
8 points for Boisvin.
Pressure by Winnisquam, but not really too effective as they get it to Whitehouse, and he banks it in. The Whitehouse is how many now? A few. He is over 20, wasn't he, right?
23.
23. But he's led what you would call a balanced attack.
Woodman
trying to get it to Whitehouse for the shot there.
The coach and staff over at Winnisquam still unhappy with the officiating. With our headphones on, we can still hear what they're saying. I think the last word we heard from over there, and I ain't picking out which guy said it, but will you kindly blow the whistle? Well, that's awful.
Jayson, what do they think they're doing out there?
When I used to ref, if someone said, would you kindly blow the whistle, I would have said, yeah, here's one for you. Take this tee.
Figured you might say that.
Yeah, but we can't do that all the time.
No, but you know what?
Travel
call. The amazing thing is, Jim Blair hasn't, and the coaching staff hasn't gotten the big tee.
No, and it's good that the officials,
they haven't.
Yeah, this ain't a tight ball game.
No.
That would just, there's no need of that unless it's something that, you know, goes over the limit, but no, there's a frustration here when your team just can't get going.
No, and the bucket
three-pointer for Tibbetts.
Bucket by Chris Tibbetts.
That's his first points of the game.
59-44. And there'll be a foul there called on Boucher.
That would be his fourth. It'll be a 1-and-1. Whitehouse will go to line shooting 1-and-1. We have 1:58 left, and Farmington leads 59-44 over the Winnisquam Bears.
Well, Farmington poised to make its first quarterfinal appearance in the tournament in 3 years, where they would face most likely #1 in the Lakes. But in any event, they have got back where they wanted to get to, or seemingly so, right? With 1:50 to go, looks like in good hands, but they're playing things right down to where they should. And there's Macpherson, who has had 27 points tonight. Number 13, Matt Macpherson, a senior.
Yes, and again,
just lit the place up, but
six threes.
Ball bounced off Rollins right to Woodman. There we go with Ricka.
They don't even look to the basket, which is what they're supposed to do at this time.
There's Rollins. Rollins even brought it out on the wing. They want to get time off the clock and also get a good shot, right?
Right. If
what they basically, they're not stalling. They're just looking to get a good shot.
Right. They're killing the clock. You know, they're not trying to run the score up. I'm sure if they went into just a regular pattern of their game, they wouldn't have done this, and they could have run up another 10, 15 points. But it's not wise to do that.
No, now you're down with 1 minute left in this one, and Farmington up 61-44. Well, Whitehouse is going to go. There he goes. Up, no.
Blocked.
Well, that was,
That was a block by Mahoney.
It was a block by Mahoney, but you know what? That was the right thing to do, right? They run it around, and they take a shot late.
Three-point foul here Foul is on maybe, and that's going to be 3 shots for number 24. Boisvin. 3 foul shots.
And the shot goes up, and it's good. That's something even with a 17-point lead and less than a minute to go, you really don't want to do.
Right. Well, the attempt was by Farmington was to block that shot. They didn't haphazardly go out there and try to create a stupid foul.
No.
He jumped up in the air to block it, and it follows through, got the shooter.
Yeah, that was the problem, and as he fell through in there. So you're still playing good defense. And Macpherson goes out there. Winnisquam Bear fans giving him an ovation over there, and he should get one, along with the other players that went out. But the balance here tonight, and the quickness of Farmington, for the loose balls, some key offensive. I'd give John Siros a big kudu, wouldn't you, for sparking this team?
When he needed to, he did, yes.
When he did,
Whitehouse went down early with 2 fouls. It was him that lit the fire.
And everybody else sort of responded. Ball on the floor, Woodman with it with 28 seconds left now. They try to do some little fancy dribbling there, right?
Well, he doesn't want to lose the ball.
Nope, setting a screen.
Yeah.
Hey, here's Whitehouse over on the far side. They'll try to run this out, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think they will. And that's it with 13 seconds left. They don't want to take another shot. 61-47. There we go, and this one is coming down to the very final seconds, and the Farmington Tigers, for the first time in 3 years, qualify for the quarterfinals of the Class M tournament with a 61-47 preliminary round win over the Winnisquam Bears. A team effort all the way for sure, Mo. 10-7 after 1 quarter, 25-15 at halftime, 44-26 in the 3rd quarter, where they really stretched that lead. And then they got it up to as much as 20, 51-31 in the 4th quarter. As we talked, they were able to solve the Mahoney saga, the Chris Mahoney, the big center. Not much of an offensive force. Early was a defensive force. But as we said, John Siros came in and sparked the team with offensive rebounds. And I think you can credit the whole group also. And get the balanced scoring that withstood a 27-point night by senior guard Matt Macpherson for Winnisquam, but that's 27 of 47 points. Later on, at one point, whatever point total he had, his teammates only had 8 or 10 more, so he was really the main reason they stayed in this ball game as it was. And what do we have for your scoring totals?
Well, for the winning team, Farmington won 61-47. Their high scorer was Jayson Whitehouse, who had 25 points, who was 2 for 2 from the foul line, and had 3 3-pointers. Ricker had 5 points. John Thoreau had 5. Jeremy Alfrey had 9. DJ Woodman had 12. He had 8 points in the 4th quarter. He was a recipient of some excellent assists handed out by Jayson Whitehouse just in the 4th quarter alone. And Josh Mabey also had 5 points for Farmington. On the other side for Winnisquam, high scorer in the game was Matt Macpherson, who had 27 points. He had 6 threes. He was 1 for 2 at the foul line. Then he dropped all the way down to Mike Boisvin, who had 11 points. He was 3 from 3 from the foul line. And their big guy, Chris Mahoney, the big tall center, was 0 for 2 at the foul line. He had 4 points. He had about 9 blocks. But as we seen and spoke of during the contest, offensively, he wasn't much of a threat. Defensively, he was just there. He blocked several shots without even jumping. He actually slammed 2 or 3 shots right to the ground with his hand. He didn't even jump.
And
a couple of times when they got the inlet pass into him.
Well, the entry pass, right.
Yeah, he turned around and he didn't have much of a chance to score. He got 1 rebound, put it back up, and later on he had 1 layup on his own. So if Winnisquam could have seen more offense out of the big guy, they get a lot of defense out of him, but they didn't have much offense out of him.
No, that made a difference. Only one offense. Farmington's balanced offense. They found a way to get inside. They started getting baskets. They found getting some inside baskets because of offensive quickness and scrapping and some offensive rebounds and as you said, the balance. And they win their first preliminary round game in 3 years, 61-47 over the Winnisquam Bears, and Farmington will play a quarterfinal at Plymouth State University. So that's something they wanted to get to this year after a 2-year absence, and they have done that, Mo.
Well, Farmington heading up to Plymouth is a place where they've been many times before in years gone by. They've done very well up there under Coach Lee and under other coaches that came afterwards. You never know what can happen once you get on the big court. You get the big college atmosphere. You get maybe a couple thousand people or more in there. And your court is, the goal of everybody who plays up in that court is to win the whole thing. When you get up there, you're down to, I believe, 8 teams.
Yep.
And all you have to do is to get to the finals, win 2, and you want to do everything you can. Farmington has enough. They have a lot of speed, and they have some outside shooters. And Jayson Whitehouse is definitely a Class M all-star, and he just needs himself and his team to give a good effort up there, and just don't be afraid of higher-seeded teams, and don't let up against lower-seeded teams.
That is true. Alrighty, so we want to thank cameramen tonight, Tim Herman and Rich Gould, and you, Mo, for working with me, and good way to see Farmington's last appearance here, 2003-2004, is in the Class M preliminary round boys basketball tournament. They defeat the Winnisquam Bears 61-47. I'm Pete Barker. Good night.